is a movement like we've never seen in the history of our country.
Wisconsin is Trump country.
And that's what this fight is all about. We're taking on the failed political establishment and restoring government of, by, and for the people. It's the people. You're the people. You won the election.
We love this country. We love Donald Trump.
Promises made, promises kept.
We support President Trump.
This is epic.
Donald Trump is our president!
With every last ounce of heart and hope and sweat and soul, we are going to make our stand. We are going to stand for liberty. We are going to stand for justice. We are going to stand for freedom. And we are going to stand for the sacred rights given to us by the hand of Almighty God. You joined our movement, the greatest movement in the history of our country. You protected your family. You defended your dignity. You recaptured your destiny. And you took back your country with that great election 2.5 years ago. We are one united movement, one united people, and one United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
You have always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. Every day between now and November 2020, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a good one tonight. We are going to delve into a topic that I probably should stay very far away from, but I can't do that to y'all. I can't do it. So we're going to start with this young lady right here in my message to Ms. Nessel. Oh shit, I didn't share it. And it's disgusting. Hang on. Let's say hello to everybody first, and then we'll get into it, since I just totally boomered that up. What's up, dog mama? Belandris, you're more right than you know, sir. Dazzy, what's up, mate? Probably not, but fuck YouTube. Hey, what's up? Probably both. Yeah, I'll probably get fucked on this one, but I'm over it. What's up, Bobby? I don't think I was that late, was I? I don't know. I had something come up, so. A reasonable thought, maybe. Hey, Mystic. Yes. What's up, Sean? Okay, Bobby. Will do. Yeah, I know. I fucked up. Didn't share the audio. Hey, Shenny. Man bun. Hello, hello. Well, you know, it happens. All right, so back to this, and I think I shared it correctly this time, hopefully.
Thank you to my family for continuing to stick by me through thick and thin. I love you guys. Also, come make out with me now. I love you, Alana. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being my best friend, my confidant, and my soulmate. Thank you to the amazing staff at the Department of Attorney General who have just done an incredible job these last 4 years. It has just been a privilege and an honor to be able to be the individual who's.
We'll stop right there for a second. I don't really need to listen to anything else that this dumb bitch has to say. So let's start nice and fiery. Fuck you, Dana Nessel. And that's inappropriate. That's highly inappropriate for any gender ideology or come make out with me when you're giving your victory speech. Inappropriate. I don't care that you're a lesbian. It's inappropriate. But of course, you're a Michigan Dem, so you have to get those woke points. Let's get them in. Let's get it. LK99, the room temperature semiconductor. I haven't seen much on it. I probably should. I'll look it up and I'll see what it's all about for sure. I appreciate the super. Yes, it is. What's up, Tits? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. It's starting to make no sense to me either. So, that is Dana Nessel. Miss Nessel is on. It's appreciated. I appreciate the derail, but now I'm looking at it in the background. Thank you. So Miss Nessel is the Attorney General of the great state of Michigan. She is not a very nice person. And I have to leave that portion of it right there, but I just wanted you to know the face. She is very anti-Trump. She is part of the Democrat machine, and it would not surprise me if she's not jockeying for a position in Mrs. Gretchen Whitmer's cabinet when she inevitably becomes president, because she's one of their sweetheart candidates, and they will absolutely put her up at some point, and Gretchen Whitmer too. But anyways, why are we here? Well, why are we here? We're here because we're here. So this is one I can talk about. So pro-Trump lawyer charged in conspiracy to seize Michigan voting machines after 2020 election. Oh yeah, they're trying to really push her up to get her in that position. So, a pro-Trump lawyer who allegedly took part in a conspiracy to seize and access voting machines in Michigan after the 2020 election is now facing 4 state-level criminal charges, according to court documents reviewed by CNN. Stephanie Lambert Juntilla is the third and expected to be the final individual charged in an investigation that revolves around attempts by Donald Trump supporters to breach voting machines through Michigan as part of their ham-handed attempts to prove the former president had actually carried the state in 2020. Well, surprise, he did. I think we can say that with absolute certainty at this point. Donald Trump did. Donald Trump won Michigan. I think we can legitimately, not being a partisan homer, I think we can legitimately say that Donald Trump won the election at this point. And again, in case there's any doubt, fuck you, Dana Nessel. I think we can say with absolute certainty at this point that Donald Trump did indeed win the 2020 election. We're starting to see all these things happen across the country, and it is too little too late, but wait, what? Shut up, Jonathan. So this asshole shouldn't be president.
My heart. There's nothing our nations can't achieve if we do it together. I really mean it. So thank you all. God bless you all. Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
I don't understand. Ozzy, how much have you had to drink? I don't understand any of that. RLTO. Oh. I get it now. Okay. Lick the world. Yes. Oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. So, we move on to this next thing because I don't want to touch that too much. Breaking FEC records reveal a Democrat dark money super PAC paid the company implicated in a Michigan police report of voter registration fraud. Jesus, I can't even talk about it. Can't even talk. 11,254,919 to register voters for Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign. BlackPAC. I'm just gonna let that. What the fuck is BlackPAC? I gotta look up what BlackPAC is. BlackPAC. Historically black college and universities. BlackPAC is an independent black-led organization that uses the power of year-round political engagement and elections to change our economic justice and political systems. Since its founding in 2016, BlackPAC has helped galvanize black voters to the polls to elect governors, lieutenant governors, attorney generals, U.S. senators, and state legislatures. Did they take the presidential one out of it? You're correct. You're correct. Well, I can't help it sometimes. It just tastes so good. We're committed to long-term sustained engagement with black voters by building lasting political infrastructure. We're holding our public officials accountable to a policy agenda that defends our rights, promotes dignity, and ends white supremacy. I won't talk you out of it anymore. Today changed some things. Of course, that's not advice, and I always talk everyone out of it. Our mission is engaged to activate our community around the issues that matter most, fighting racism and white supremacy. That is a goddamn issue that everybody can get on board and everybody can fight. White racism and white supremacy. protecting our voting rights and access to the ballot box, defending our neighborhoods from environmental racism. Environmental racism is our biggest challenge right now. It's not the crushing debt. It's not the inflation. It's not the corrupt Biden administration. It's not the fact that we're getting screwed every which way. It is environmental racism. Mother Gaia is a white supremacist. Yep. I don't get it. In states, you don't need to ID yourself. You can vote multiple times. In certain ones, there's ways to do it. Wow, you are really drunk. Yeah, I know. Climate change. Again, the second most impactful thing that we have to worry about is climate change and violence. Not the violence that they peacefully protest in the streets, the real violence from environmental racism. Creating a fair economy and access to high quality public schools, criminal justice reform, and police accountability. And an equitable healthcare system. We believe in connecting Black voters. Collecting was probably more accurate. Are we gone? What? Don't fuck with me because I'm watching it right now. Are we really gone? No, we're still there, I think. No, hang on. I don't see me. No, we're still there. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, so we're still here. We believe in connecting Black voters on these issues at their doors, in their neighborhoods, online, and by mail. We educate and mobilize Black voters to use our power to hold our elected representatives accountable to our community's needs. You're doing a great fucking job of it, too. You're just a pawn every 4 years. It's cute. We implement our strategies based on qualitative and quantitative research, including focus groups and polling. And we do all this in the pursuit of a multiracial democracy that is grounded in justice and equity. A multiracial democracy, but all white people are white supremacists and they're turning the environment against them. Think about that for a minute. All right. Since 2016, BlackPAC. So they just came out in the Clinton race. Oh, don't encourage me. This is going to end badly. Since 2016, BlackPAC has engaged millions of Black voters across the country, including swing states like North Carolina, Georgia, Michigan. We're going to talk about that. Pennsylvania, Nevada, Wisconsin. We have added more than 100,000 BlackPAC members to our community and trained thousands of community leaders and organizers. BlackPAC has engaged and galvanized Black voters to the polls to elect governors. We already listened to that. Black political power from the grassroots up. Well, Hillary probably made this organization for being for real. Damn, Deez, that's a hell of a way to look at it, brother. Should we sign up? Volunteer, we need your help today. The two, oh, so they stopped. They don't have new tweets? August 3rd. That's a week ago. Did they maybe turn off their Twitter? Wow, this is a fucking gold mine, but we're not gonna get into this one right now. We're not getting into this one right now. All right, so back to this one. Notably, BlackPAC, which garnered more than $44 million in funding during the 2020 election cycle, endorses Democratic candidates and causes because Republicans are racist. A Michigan police investigation into GBI Strategies LLC. Well, let's look up who these assholes are. Sorry, alleged assholes. We don't know if they're assholes yet. We haven't got that far. They're assholes. Let's see what they do. Vendor receipt. Recipient profile, GBI Strategies. Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, DNC Services, Democratic Party of Iowa, BlackPAC. There's one right there. $484,000 to BlackPAC and 2 payments. Biden for president, Black Church PAC, Julian for the future. That was probably a bad idea. League of Conservation Voters. Huh. So that's from yeah, that's weird. Okay. GBI Strategies. I don't know. Located in Cordova, Tennessee, and employs 3 people. So basically, it looks like they're essentially just a shell corporation. Is what I'm getting for this. Allegedly. I can't say that yet. I mean, that would be racism. Oh, wait, that already exists. We heard about that earlier. Get a chicken fajita. Or a steak fajita. This is not about you, Ozzy. We're talking about Michigan here, damn it. So it looks like they're a shell company. That's the best I can find. They move a lot of money. They're probably some kind of, I don't know. We're not going to speculate because I don't want them coming after me. Was initiated following the observations of a Muskegon, Michigan clerk who noticed an individual depositing 8,000 to 10,000 completed voter registration applications at the city office on October 8th, 2020. BlackPAC, What's up, AP? So, I want to look up, by Michigan. I'm kind of just taking you guys on a ride here. We're just going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Holy shit. I don't know if this is going to... I don't know if this is going to show this, but... So let's see, 8 to 10,000. Let's just go with the low end, 8,000. Okay, so here's the 2020 election map. Well, yeah. I agree. In 6 hours. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this overlay, but this is Muskegon County right here. If you're talking about just 8,000, look at how much that changes the picture in Muskegon County. Mind you, it's not the entire thing. It's not the entire thing. But 8,000 changes that drastically in Muskegon County. I was also surprised that Kent County went this way. I do want to look at 2016. Just to make sure I'm accurate. 20... let's go back to Politico, and they don't have... Oh, yeah, they have just a different one. Okay, so he made up substantial ground here in Muskegon County. So we look, Clinton won by about 700 votes the previous time. So it's not out of the question. Muskegon County and Biden won by 5. So I could see that, but still, when you're talking 8,000, yeah, it's historically been pretty solid red. Yes, please. Yes, I am. Yep. Oh no. I'll allow it. Absolutely. You see, I'm ignoring you, dog mama. I'll get to it. So historically, before this, Muskegon County's been significantly red. Kent County is where Grand Rapids, and if you draw a line up the center of Michigan, like right here and around the thumb, usually people will say that this is a different state because it's historically very red. Kalamazoo County, that one can flip from time to time. Kent is the one that surprised me in, I believe, both elections, but I want to be accurate. Yeah, Trump won it going away last time, like 9,000 votes. So something looks funny. Something looks real funny here. And this is an election that they probably had some interventions. But as we can see, Donald Trump won Kent County, and Kent County is where the Republicans have all their get-togethers for different things because it's very solid red. So Washington, that's not unheard of for being Democrat. Wayne is always going to be leaning heavy Democrat because that's Detroit. But if we come over here, like Biden opened up numbers in both counties, which kind of weird. Marquette County flipping was odd too. But anyways, so that's kind of the electoral maps. Well, we'll see if we need to go back there. Yeah. Yep. No, Kent County's, I think it's always been, I could be wrong, but I think it's always been red historically. It went red in 2016. It went red in 2012. It went red in 2008. So yeah, it's been red. Yep. That's part of the issue. Is you have large swaths of red. And well, if we look at I'm trying to look at wow. And you have these huge swings in counties that didn't really make sense. Yep. So let's bring up Bobby's point and bring up the map, you bitch. Oh, that's 2000. That's Romney. Nobody wants Romney. Presidential. No, I want a county one. All right. Sorry. I'm trying to look for. No, just, fuck you. It won't show me one. But anyways, we can kind of look at this, and this shows you where our problem areas are. So we had issues here in Georgia. That's a very tight margin, 12,000 votes, not much. Wisconsin, very tight margin, 20,000 votes, also not much. Arizona, you had 9,000 votes, 11,000 votes. Excuse me, I was looking backwards. Michigan, you had a very small margin. You had, let's see, of course, we're not going to get anything there. Maryland sucks. Jeez. This one was kind of weird, but Virginia's a weird one. New Mexico, it looked like he was winning at one point. Colorado was close all night. Nevada was close all night. And they went very heavily in favor of Joe Biden. Well, not Nevada as much, but yeah. Yep. So let's go back to this original post. So, a Michigan police investigation into GBI Strategies LLC was initiated following the observation of a Muskegon, Michigan. Shit, I read that one already. The same individual returned multiple times over the next few weeks, registering an additional 2,500 voters. Absolutely. That's why my thumbnail has the fraud picture. I love that picture where the votes just went up suddenly. I don't know if you guys, I'm assuming you guys saw that, but oh, I know. I'll bring it up. I want to get back to this before I get too far off. But we'll go back to it because there's plenty more. Disturbingly, many of those registration forms displayed identical handwriting with fraudulent addresses and falsified phone numbers. It's out then. Additionally, many signatures did not match those on file with the Michigan's Secretary of State. Huh. Another Democrat. I think, oh shit, I'm sorry, Sean. Which state was it where there was something like 100K votes overnight only for Biden? I know there was a significant amount in Detroit. I think Georgia is the other one. There were votes coming in all over the country. So I don't know exactly. Hell, it could have been Pennsylvania because they were playing shady shit in Philadelphia. Which I think is ironic. Oh, well, I know. Because I keep cameras in coolers when I'm bringing them in. So that's how I do it too. But yeah, they definitely didn't roll a bunch of ballots into Detroit. Yeah, I keep looking over there and then I'm like, oh shit, there's blah blah blah. So I'll do better. I apologize. I have a second screen. It's up. I just don't look over there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't hurt. It was Michigan. Okay. Yeah. Economy sucks right now, brother. You got to be doing something. What's up, Beers? Yeah. And Lurch. Oh, of course. Blah, blah, blah. A subsequent raid by the Michigan authorities discovered prepaid gift cards, firearms equipped with silencers, and disposable burner phones. And we'll get to that a little bit more. We fucking knew in 2020. We knew. And then we went to bed and then it changed completely. It was insane. I'll look and see if I can find something on it. It was insane. I remember going to bed at like 3. And I'm like, all right, cool, Trump won. And then as soon as I wake up, bam. What the hell? What the hell? What just happened? It's crazy. Well, that's because you have like 7 people that live in Western Canada. Sorry, I cannot type and talk. I'm looking for something that was. Okay, I found him. Last minute, there's 12. Oh shit! I forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, I have done no vetting whatsoever on this, but we'll watch it together, see what the fuck it says. It's happening quite a bit. Yes. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I can just bring it up. It's on my desktop because I just made one. Let's see if this brings up. So this is the image that was a meme right after, and then it just kind of, yeah, disappeared. Huh. So this is the Trump line, of course, natural. And then this is the Biden line. And this is actually what it fucking looked like. Whoop, bing, bing. Like that's totally natural. Natural and normal. So hang on. It's saying those are false. I love how it says all these are false, and now they're starting to come true. Let me see. Because this was an actual tweet. And of course, it's misleading because it was more than 128,000, I think. An American Update gives Biden 100% of new votes, 128,000 plus. And that was in Michigan. I think that's what you were referencing. Of course, this is misleading. It is. It's cool. Absolutely. It's only conspiracy till you can prove it. Nobody else knows what that means but you and I, AP. So yeah. So this is obviously misleading because there was 2020 election security efforts. It's commonplace that state authorities will add a big chunk of votes to a tally all at once. My ass. My ass. Yeah, it's so misleading. It's all the way out around to the other side. Shit, I lost where I was at. Oh, we're over here. Oh, video. There we go. Zero vetting. We're going to watch this together. I have no idea what it even, like, it looks good.
Name is Shane Trejo. I was there as poll challenger at TCF from about 9:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. On the night after the election and the morning after the election in Detroit.
Absolutely.
Yep. In the back, there's a big a facility where all the rooms were set up. You go to the back, and there's a way that cars can just drive right into the facility. And that was like a garage door that opened, and cars were coming in with the ballots. From what I saw, there was not one ballot that showed up from at least 10 p.m. Or let me say at least 10:30 to the 3:30 a.m. when it, roughly the number that Colbeck gave was 38,000 ballots showed up. I counted over 50 different boxes of ballots that showed up all at once at 3:30 a.m. Someone gave an official count of 61. So 61 ballots. They were all in USPS boxes. It wasn't delivered by USPS. 61 boxes of ballots. Yes. And it wasn't delivered by USPS necessarily. It was in a van, a white van that had the city clerk's emblem on it. And it said Janice Winfrey.
Yes. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Some reports indicate that there were two other vehicles there at the same time. And I don't know if there's affidavits to that effect. I can say that me personally, I went back there and I witnessed a little mini panel truck, if you will, with Detroit Elections Bureau regalia all over the side. It had a vehicle ID number on it. I didn't capture that, but we had other people that captured that information and the license plate number associated with it. It looked legit.
Okay, so the TCF Center is where they were counting ballots. TCF Center is known to us Detroiters as Cobo Hall. Of course, they renamed it like everything else because everything's about fucking how many sponsors you can take on. I'll show you where it's at. It's pretty cool. You can drive through the bottom of it intentionally. So here is Cobo Hall. This is the portion that you can drive underneath. It's now, like I said, the TCF Center. And this is Canada right here, Windsor. This is Detroit, Michigan. And it's off in Jefferson. And you go down here, and this used to be the Joe Louis Arena. And you go over here to Fort Street. But yeah, just as a point of reference, because I like to point it out. And there's Comerica Park, Ford Field, LCA. And then if we do the zoom out view, there's Detroit right there by this little heart looking lake. And that's the US. So that's the area we were talking about. I didn't go that far. I was thinking about it, but
And inside of it were and this gets into some chain of custody discussions. There's no verification that there was a Republican and a Democrat during transfer.
yeah,
We
so
don't
it's
know
Cobo
that
Hall.
they didn't take side stops to a nearby Coney Island to pick up a few more ballots from their buddies. We have no way of verifying any of that information.
Are you supposed to be able to have that information?
We're supposed to be able to, have verification of that all the way along the line. The whole chain of custody, we're supposed to be there. And because they were not sealed. If they were sealed, all this stuff was sealed and you verified the seal. And then when you came to another destination and you see the seal still intact, all right, that's okay.
So that's what the verification is supposed to look like.
That's what we're supposed to
Like the
see.
chain of custody.
Yeah, when I do it in the suburbs where I was a senator, when I saw that come in, we had pretty much a whole army that would get out of the van, get out there, pull up all the data from the precinct, put it in the van under configuration control. Everything was sealed up with the tape and put out there. There was probably one of the most egregious aspects of what happened in the city of Detroit at the AV County Board was the utter lack of respect for chain of custody.
So even if we are to believe that this was totally not done on a shit manner, it was still done on a shit manner. They still hid everything. I'm going to turn the music down. I believe they're done talking, but I don't know. So again, this is just not the way that it happens. This is not the way that ballots come in. It's not the way that... There we go. Almost 4 a.m. and there's the... leaving out of Cobo. And then we get another one at 4:30 a.m. Well, they just stole the country. It should be ominous. I can give you directions to Brian's house. I can even show you a good place to eat on the way. Yeah, at least they're different arenas. And I really don't mind LCA. Easy enough. But everything corporatized now, you're never going to get the ones that actually mean something anymore. They're always going to be. But Cobo never changed anything. It's still Cobo. think that's about it. Yeah. Okay, so again, even if everything's on the up and up, it looks weird. It is weird. Additionally, many of those signatures did not match those on file with the Michigan Secretary of State. Subsequent raid, blah, blah, blah. We read that. During the 2020 election season, Democrat election committees collectively channeled more than $4 million directly into GBI Strategies LLC, Biden for President, Democratic Senatorial Campaign, DNC Services, and Democratic Party of Iowa. And we talked about that. Gary Bell, the owner of GBI Strategies, is reportedly now working for Compmo Group, a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization founded by Sean Keeler, the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee Director during the 2020 election cycle. According to Bell's biography on the Compmo Group's website, Bell has personally managed over 70 organizing operations in 20 different states, often leading hundreds of field managers and thousands of canvassers and get out the vote operations. The upper deck at JLA was terrible. And standing room sucked. It all sucked. His biography lists voter registration campaigns for the DSCC, DNC, BlackPAC, and Black Church PAC, which matches the voter registration work GBI Strategies LLC did during the 2020 election. Thank you to Gateway Pundit. Voter registration organizations from both sides have been accused of similar fraudulent activities, notably Acorn, which had over 500,000 members and more than 1,200 neighborhood chapters, ceased operations in 2010 after being implicated in similar fraudulent voter registration operation spanning multiple states. So this is the report for 2 BlackPAC. Swift calendar year to date per election office sought. So that's a big number. Alexandria, Virginia, blah, blah, blah. Name of federal candidate, Joseph Biden. So that is all for that specific tweet. Now we're going to get over to another article that picks up where they left off. Yes. Correct. So this is Gary Bell from GBI Strategies. Voter application forms are highly suspicious. Oh, I was dicking around. Where did I put it? Here's your Wisconsin thing. Breaking. Wisconsin has more votes than people who are registered to vote. Total number of registered voters, 3,129,000. Total number of votes cast, 3,239,920. Direct evidence of fraud. They claim it's outdated, but that's still a hell of a turnout. Even if it is 3,684,726, as they're claiming, and they're false. You're talking about 95% in an election? That doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. There was another one. Oh, this is how transparent they were in Detroit. These are all people, and I'm out there someplace. These are people that were trying to view and challenge the votes in Detroit, Michigan. And instead of letting us in, they locked us out and they put up poster boards so we couldn't even see what the hell was going on. And of course, the old trope that we were threatening them. We weren't, by the way. We certainly weren't. We weren't. Anyways, so we're back to Gateway Pundit. Yeah. I'm okay with voting on a piece of paper, dropping it in a box, and letting humans count the votes with supervisors standing over them. Or did I dream that? No, that used to be how it was. You were supposed to be technically by law allowed one party member from each party that's on the specific ballot to count and contest the ballots. It's called a poll challenger. And I've done so here in the great state of Michigan. And yeah, it's a pretty normal thing to do. This one got shady because they wouldn't let poll challengers in and then told us they were done counting. And then we got that 138,000 vote bump for President Biden, former Vice President Joseph Robinette Biden, to push him over the top. Weird, isn't it? Weird. True. I agree. We thought Trump had won. Legitimately. There was no indication that he didn't. Until it started getting really shitty. Blah blah blah. So here's a little bit more in depth, and we'll kind of go through most of this, but we're gonna jump around at times just because we're not gonna read it 17 times. So a month before, Muskegon, Michigan clerk Ann Meisch noticed a black female whose name was later redacted from the police report dropping off between 8,000 and 10,000 completed voter registration applications at the city clerk's office. Clerk Meisch immediately noticed that the stacks of registrations included the same handwriting, non-existent addresses, and incorrect phone numbers. The Muskegon Police Department was contacted and asked to investigate. Wow. Muskegon Police is not excited about doing anything. Not to besmirch the good police officers of Muskegon County, but asked to investigate on 10/21/20, First Lieutenant Mike Anderson was contacted by Tom Fabus, Chief Investigations for Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel's office, Buck Dana Nessel. According to the Michigan State Police report, Fabus asked for Michigan State Police to assist with a joint investigation of alleged voter fraud being conducted by the Muskegon Police Department and the Attorney General. An investigation task force was formed. There is a dank nugget. I don't know why. Some of these ads are fucking weird. During the investigation, state police discovered women worked for GBI Strategies. This was included in their police report. The group had temporary offices in numerous Michigan locations. The police also identified Gary Bell as the head of the organization. So they're like temp. When police inspected the GBI Strategies office near Muskegon, they found semi-automatic guns with silencers and suppressors. Semi-automatic, like you're right-leaning. Don't fucking do that. We don't like it when the other people say it. They found rifles with silencers and suppressors, burner phones, a bag of prepaid cash cards, and incomplete registrations in an office space that was styled as an eyeglass store that had gone defunct. Just take a second and think about that for a minute. Shady location, prepaid cards, guns, burner phones, and voter registrations. Nah, everything's cool. We can move on from this, right? Like, this is totally on the up and up, isn't it? Exactly, Bobby. That's exactly what they had. It was scary. I thought Democrats didn't use guns. So here's my thing. Is this how you're supposed to do it? And I don't get the guns thing. So there's a lot of questions here. Yeah, it had like a bajillion round clipazine. Like, it was so scary. It was so scary. There were never any arrests, and the investigation was turned over to the FBI, where it just went to die. No fucking way. They did use it was 30,000 magazine clip in their ghost gun. Yeah. Just like all the other Democrat voter fraud investigations, back in November 2020, Bill Barr appointed a notorious DOJ attorney who covered up voter fraud crimes. I assume that's correct, but I'm not going to go on the record with that one because I haven't specifically read anything about it. And I try really hard to stay away from super sensationalized shit. Yeah, we do need Trump. There's always been unanswered statistical irregularities about absentee ballots from the 2020 election. No shit. These irregularities suggest massive systemic voter fraud among absentee ballots. Viewing the percentage of each vote of the vote each candidate won from the absentee voters precinct by precinct, one can see a very suspicious correlation between the candidates in 2020 that does not exist in 2016. This suggests there is a major electronic manipulation of votes combined with the physical ballots placed to back up those fraudulent votes. And Joe Biden said it. He said it was the most extensive voter fraud organization he had ever done. He said it. He absolutely said it.
Vagina.
So we can look at Biden voter fraud quote. Here we go.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Sometimes when he's gonna say it out loud like that, we just have to trust him. We got to get better at that. If he's gonna give us the whole damn thing, then sometimes we got to listen to him. I can't read it out loud, but I agree. This is an absolute. I'll play it again. This is an absolutely unedited clip. This is an actual clip of Joe Biden.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
And we agree with you, Joe. The one thing we agree with you on, and you said it out loud. There's no argument that the Michigan Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, a far-left Democrat, yes, she is, sent out absentee ballot requests without a legal request on file to every voter. She did. She did. I got one. There's no argument that Benson then used illegal interpretations of the law to presume that all voter signatures were a match between the signatures on file and the ones on the ballots, even when they didn't match. Yep. Using COVID as a pretext, Democrats sets the stage for scores of absentee ballots that would never receive scrutiny as to whether they were valid or not. And even if some illegal ballots were caught by challengers or honest poll workers, most challenged ballots in left-wing jurisdictions were routinely ignored. Voter fraud witnesses repeatedly noted that the ballot challenging process was ignored and suppressed. It certainly was. Michigan State Senator Ruth Johnson, who is herself a former Secretary of State, told Gateway Pundit, "My estimate that is over 800,000 ballot applications were sent to non-qualified voters in Michigan, including many individuals who moved or died, and even some individuals who were underage or non-citizens. Many were sent to people who had moved out of state." I got 4 and didn't request any. I only voted once in person. Declared insecure and inaccessible ballots, which could even be sent to third-party addresses or sent to addresses abroad, was ripe for fraud. And the one company that was active in Michigan and who, according to the state police report from the Muskegon police, engaged in such fraud was GBI Strategies. Yep. GBI Strategies is a far-left campaign consulting company. We've read that already. Located in Tennessee. We read that. Read that. That's the guy. Communications firm in DC. Of course he was. CBC. Black Church. FEC filings show that the far-left BlackPAC organizations paid GBI Strategies $11 million in 2020. And we looked at that actually. $58,599 from Clinton to GBI Strategies during the 2016 election. Obviously, Hillary did not pay them enough. I could see that. You got to pay if you want the spot. I wonder if this, since they're, hang on, I'm looking at something. Oh my God, this is a great meme. Why I was looking something else up. Put them on the phone. I want to talk about the weather. You want to talk about the weather? Yeah, whether or not they got our fucking money or not. Or, yeah, I screwed that up. Yeah, whether they got our fucking money or not. Well, I was saying it in true Biden fashion. Correct. Yes. Maybe. Yeah, I thought he had more. Holy shit, this guy tweets way too much. Yeah, he tweets way too much for me to find it in any of this bullshit. So that's the end of that article. Yeah, we have yet another indication that they cheated to steal the election. I don't know how much more information we need to be able to really make a difference in this. Hang on, I'm looking for a fucking clip again. I can't do two things at once. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much more information that we need to actually prove to anybody that this happened. I mean, it seems like there's no question. Yeah. I agree. No, I didn't. Did he really? I don't trust RFK Jr. There's something about him I don't like. I mean, I think if it helps Donald Trump get elected, then I'm game for whatever. But I just don't like. I don't like anything that he's. I just don't like him, honestly. I want to. Hang on. I'm looking for something very specific. Oh, I'm not watching 11 hours of it. I do want to watch this though, and then maybe I'll look for it and do a different. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really decided what. There's just something I don't like about him yet. There's just something I don't like about him yet, and I haven't figured it out. But I'll as soon as we get closer to it, I will do an update on the 24 election, just so we can see where everybody's at and what I think of everyone, and that will give me some time to do some research and that kind of thing. So, so this is actually when they called it for Joe Biden. This is obviously the Communist News Network, but
After 4 long, tense days, we've reached a historic moment in this election. We can now project the winner of the presidential race. CNN projects Joseph R. Biden Jr. is elected the 46th president of the United States, winning the White House and denying President Trump a second term. We're able to make this projection because CNN projects Biden wins Pennsylvania, the former vice president, in his third run for the highest office, pulling off a rare defeat of a sitting commander-in-chief. With this victory, Kamala Harris is set to become the first woman and the first person of color to be the vice president. Again, CNN projects Joe Biden will become the 46th president of the United States. And Jake, he is now President-elect Joe Biden.
gross. I know. I didn't want to watch that either, but I felt like we had to. They were obviously terribly excited. They could not wait for that call, and they're happy to have that call. He cheated. He absolutely fucking cheated. And it's so frustrating. We know for a fact now that he cheated. I found one of them. Oh shit, I clicked the wrong button. So, and then we'll probably wrap it up, but I know. So this is Steven Crowder, and I know he's not everybody's favorite right now, but this is when he sent people to check out addresses, and I don't think this was Michigan, but
Choi, you can explain to us. So what is this exactly?
Okay, so I actually took multiple pictures and videos of this one because there was no 2175. So basically, the house numbers start from 2730 and end at 2834 on that street. So there is no 2175. And I looked around the other parts of the neighborhood, and there was nothing that went below 2730 at all over there.
Really?
So yeah. So like 2175, like when I looked it up on Google Maps like earlier, it pointed directly at the corner that leads into the neighborhood area. So not even not even the house number.
I don't know.
Yeah, not even the house.
all right, I want to skip to the one that Dave did of the underpass because that was hilarious. No, I think it's right here. I don't want to steal too much of Crowder's because
Moros Road.
7 Mile, essentially.
Okay, so that's right. So is that kind of like Vernier turns into 8 Mile and Moros?
Yeah, okay. Moros and Kelly.
Nah.
18356 seems to be an abandoned building.
Yeah.
Now, we did confirm it was abandoned, right?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, we're not sending people, like some guy just lives and just like, this isn't abandoned. I just like having 3 parking garages in my house.
Yeah. Can I do this?
Can't I do this?
No, what it was attached to like a Jiffy Lube. So I went into that place and I was like, oh, is this part of that? And they're like, oh, no, that's empty property.
Yeah. They found a homeless man in the elevator shaft. You're like, well, I have an elevator shaft. It's 1 floor. Where would we put the homeless man?
There you go. He's a Biden voter.
It was a giant coffin of homeless people.
There was like you have to like press them in just to do the door.
Actually, did you hear about those babies that fell from the ceiling of a funeral home in Detroit? Like it was raining babies during a funeral.
No.
Yeah, I guess they had just been keeping them up there on funeral layaway, and the ceiling.
Okay, we're gonna. Although funny, I don't need anything else on this one. But yeah, so that's. I mean, there's no question with this. You know, we have a little bit of fun to end it off, but man, we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble. Oh, here it is. Fuck me. Never mind. I found it. My apologies. It's just about to wrap up too. I looked for this because it was gone. Yes. So this is the Michigan State Police report. May receive a small quantity and larger quantity of voter registration applications by mail from a female later identified as blank. It was found out that blank was working for a company called blank, which also went by the name blank. Mice stated in her opinion, quality of the voter registration forms were highly suspicious and possibly fraudulent. Mice's opinion was based on the fact that numerous forms appeared to have been completed by the same writer. Upon initial examination, addresses on multiple forms were invalid or non-existent. Mice investigated further and found that phone numbers on multiple forms were erroneous and signatures on multiple forms did not appear to match signatures on file with the Department of State. Mice found blah, blah, blah. The company was working to register voters, and she helped register voters obtain absentee ballots. I'm just going to read the highlighted because blah, blah, blah. Mice estimated that blank had delivered between 8,000 and 10,000 voter registration forms to the Muskegon County Clerk's office. Mice turned over 42 suspected fraudulent applications to Officer Foster for examination. I'd love to see those. On 10/20/20, deadline day for in-person voter registration applications, blank returned to the Muskegon County Clerk's office to deliver an additional registration forms in person. Mice estimated that blank brought in an additional 2,500 forms. She said she was hired in Michigan in August of 2020 and paid $11.50 per week to find unregistered voters and provide them with a form so that they can get registered to vote or obtain an absentee ballot. Who's paying that much per week for somebody that... No, fuck that. She stated she's worked in different areas of Michigan and has provided a rental car and lodged in local hotels. Initially told investigators that canvassers are paid for each form that is completed, but later stated that they were paid hourly no matter how many forms were turned in. Blank stated that canvassers are paid through a reloadable pay card, of course. Gross. Yep. Blank stated that blank has done work in Muskegon, Detroit, Ypsilanti, Southfield, Flint, and Lansing. Of course she has. She was approached by an acquaintance and badgered to fill out a voter registration form. Blank was shown a completed voter registration application by Detective Luker, and she stated she had filled out the form but did not sign it. Blank stated the signature at the bottom of the form was not hers, and she had no idea who signed the form. Blank was shown a second completed form with her name and supposed signature on it. Blank stated that was not her handwriting, and she had no idea who completed the form or signed it. The form had the following errors: fictitious last four numbers of Social Security number, fictitious phone number, and invalid address. Detective Luker found the addresses on both forms. Blank does not exist. And nobody was charged. Here's a credible, actual fucking statement, and nobody was charged. Clearly fraudulent. Right here. And then this is just that vendor recipient again. So clearly fraudulent from the detective that actually filed the paperwork. We have an actual legitimate report from the time that showed, and they just completely just write it off. And watch, Trump will probably get indicted again because they found more election fraud. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I just had to make sure I could. I don't know. Like, I don't know what we do from here. I'm kind of lost as to what steps we take from this point forward, but there is clear, articulable proof that there was indeed voter fraud that was illegal and nothing was done about it. So at least we can say, when they say, oh, there's no voter fraud, yes, there is. Oh, well, it didn't have an impact. We just looked at it did. Oh, well, it didn't have this. Bullshit, it did. So we have completely ran over the narrative that there was no impact. There absolutely was. So yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be it for me this evening. Oh, wait, I got one more thing. God, I forgot that bitch's name. You know who I'm talking about. What's her name? Somebody help me. Dana Nessel. There you go. Dana Nessel, I give you a sincere and honest fuck you. Have a good night, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow for News Roundup, and we'll cover the shooting of an individual that spoke out in Utah, shot by the FBI. Somebody who made alleged threats against the President of the United States. That would be one of the topics that we will certainly go over tomorrow. All right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a good night.